War is not just about firepower, it's about the art of making your enemy see exactly what you want them to see. North Africa, 1942, the British were outgunned and facing a tactical nightmare. But they had a secret weapon that didn't require a single bullet, common timber, and a lot of imagination. They built lightweight wooden frames designed to fit perfectly over their massive Matilda tanks. In just hours, a heavy tank transformed into a harmless-looking supply truck. From miles away, the German scouts looked through their binoculars and saw exactly what the British wanted. General Rommel's officers were convinced. They thought they were about to intercept a defenseless supply convoy. Inside those trucks, the British tank crews sat in sweltering heat, waiting for the trap to spring. German Panzers emerged from the dunes, ready for an easy kill. They had no idea they were charging into a wall of steel. Then the order was given. In a flash, the wooden truck shells were jettisoned, revealing the heavy armor beneath. The German scouts froze. Their easy targets had just grown massive steel claws. Before the enemy could even reach for their radios, the desert erupted in thunder. Confusion turned to panic. Supply trucks don't fire back with 2-pounder high-velocity guns. It was a simple calculation. One wooden frame costs a few pounds. One destroyed Panzer, irreplaceable. While the Germans were distracted by the trucks, the real British trucks were moving real troops into position. The desert was littered with dead trucks, empty wooden skeletons that had already done their job. Back at base, the engineers watched the reports with a grin. Their toys had just crippled a division. Even the legendary Desert Fox, Rommel, had to admit he had been outplayed by carpenters. The front lines shifted, not because of a breakthrough, but because the enemy pulled back in fear of ghost battalions. In the end, the British proved that a good story, well told, can be just as deadly as a tank shell. Massive factories were built just for these Quaker trucks. It was history's largest military craft project. The paint had to be perfect. From the air, the texture of the wood had to vanish under layers of desert canvas. German planes flew overhead, their cameras snapping thousands of photos of what looked like a harmless logistics hub. The British intentionally left gaps in their defenses, inviting the enemy to attack the weakest point. The Panzers charged, engines roaring, thinking they had caught the British off guard. In a coordinated burst, the wooden shells fell away. The trucks were gone. The Matildas remained. Point-blank range, the German armor had no time to maneuver. It was a massacre of expectations. The survivors fled back into the deep desert, haunted by the trucks that turned into tanks. History remembers the biggest guns, but sometimes the biggest wins come from the smallest pieces of wood. Don't believe everything you see on the horizon. Thanks for watching this animated war story.